Alright guys, we're going to take the Hanevear out for a ride. Just thought I'd just take a little look at it. I got my pack on the back, got my flashing light there so that we can warn people. Got the headlight on, and we're pretty much ready to ride. So this is a dual motor 750, and this thing is a nice bike. Here we are taking another look at it. Get a little overhead view, check it out. And this is what it looks like if you're riding it down the road. So I'm 5'10", just so you get an idea, and I have a 30-inch inseam. I got this in pedal assist 3 right now. Yeah, the light hits the rack. Wow, this thing is quick. This thing's chugging along at 18 miles an hour, 17 on 1. I'm not going to knock the paths up here a little bit. Definitely pedaling quick at 23 miles an hour. I'll knock it up to 5, see how that does. Yeah, this thing goes right along at 5. See about throttle. We're throttling at 29 miles an hour. I tell you, in past 5, this thing boogies right along, that's for sure. This thing is relatively comfortable on the bumps too, with that little bit of a rear suspension in it. So I got this thing, I was just trying it with the rear motor. You can definitely feel more torque when you've got both motors in, but it's not bad with just one motor either. So I got it in one motor now. Got it past 3, and we're pedaling along at 16, and it's going right along. If I put it in 4, and pick up the speed even going up the hill. This is only in the rear-wheel drive too, so I hit the 2-wheel drive. Oh yeah, she takes right off in 2-wheel drive. I'm gonna go up to, 2-wheel drive. So makes a big difference from 1 motor to 2, that's for sure. Yeah, this thing is totally ghost petting at 30 miles an hour. I got nothing. The speedometer seems to be off by, I don't know, a little less than 1 mile an hour, which is typical. Now here we are, we're going up this hill 28 miles an hour, and if I had a bigger crank, we'd be going even faster than that. So, just gonna coast this hill, guys. The speedometer's reading 35, and a rolling speed of 37 miles an hour on the GPS. Tell you, these little 20-inch bikes, they go really responsive when you move them around. If I was definitely going to ride this thing on the road, I would definitely increase the crank size. But I think this thing's going to be a little bit of both. Because this thing would be awesome to bring to rail trails and different trails on the back of my car. So, but yeah, at 23 miles an hour, I'm pedaling pretty quick. So, and again, this thing doesn't have the lowest gear in the back. If we put an 11 on that thing, that would help too. So, I mean, honestly, at 23 miles an hour, I might as well just hit the throttle, because that's all I'm doing. But the brakes are good on this thing, I'll tell you. They're nice and quiet, they stop well. I said, never heard of the name brand, but they work good. No noise. So Jerry, these mirrors work pretty good. Probably a little, they work really good. I was gonna say they're a little narrow, but not really. They're probably much higher than what I'm used to though. But Jerry, can you see that? I don't know if you can, but definitely we debated last night on taking the basket off this thing. I think I'm definitely taking the basket off. I don't like this thing knocking against the light, so. I stiffened up the front shock on this thing. Thought it was a little soft. I didn't think there was an adjustment on it, but it doesn't say plus or minus, but there is an adjustment on it. Tell you, I hit a couple puddles here. The fenders are nice full coverage fenders on it. This thing actually gives a pretty nice ride. I'm not crazy about the seat, but it's not bad. I don't like these seats from the get-go. It's a little narrow on the front for me. The back's good, but the front's a little narrow. But yeah, guys, we changed out the mirrors. I didn't mention that. The mirrors that they give you, kind of staring at your shoulders. So I picked these ones up. I forget what they were. They weren't a lot of money. 20-something dollars, I think. So we're down a battery bar, but it hasn't changed since then. And we used a lot up on that hill because I throttled up that hill the whole way. And I was hitting it hard at the beginning there. And I got to tell you, took this thing out for a 7-mile jaunt the other day, and I didn't charge the battery. So whatever's on the odometer is what's on the battery, which is 13 miles. So, and when I took it out the other day for the 7 miles, I was hammering it because I wanted to see what this thing could do. We'll see how it does on the hill up here. I'm sure it's going to do real well. Still haven't got the, I'll call it the no-name bike because I'm not giving this company any credit. But the red bike that I have, I still haven't got that bike out with the 40 amp controller in it. But this Hanevear, I'll tell you people, this is a nice bike for the money. And this dual motor, I said I wasn't a big fan of dual motors. I take it back. If they could all be like this thing, I'm a big fan. In fact, there's another company that I'm just starting to deal with. In fact, they are sending me a bike, so it's the first that you guys are hearing about it. I'm getting a trike from this company, and we're going to check that thing out. I'm pretty psyched about it. It's a really good company. I just realized we just went up this hill at 20 miles an hour on the screen, about 18 on the, or 20 on the phone, so the GPS. Probably could get this thing a little bit more accurate, screwing around with the tire size on this. It's starting to rain, guys. I knew it was gonna, but I wanted to get out here. This weather's killing me. It's supposed to be spring, and it's not spring-like. Well, it rains in the spring, but it's still pretty chilly out. And the rain just doesn't give up. I got, as soon as this rain starts, we've got 3 days of it straight. I'm hoping that the weekend's going to be a little bit better, but I don't know. We might have to punch this thing up into 5 here and get going. The raindrops coming down. Probably start hearing it on my coat. I think we are going to knock it up into 5 and get moving here. So unfortunately, this is what happens every time we go out now. At least it's not hailing like it was the other day. I took the no-name red bike out and got hailed on. Oh yeah, it's going to rain pretty good too, so this ought to be interesting. But this thing's boogieing right along. Keep forgetting I got directionals on this thing. I also got directionals on my helmet today too, but yeah, I might as well just be throttling here because at this speed I'm just ghost pedaling. So we're gonna throttle for a while. Battery doesn't like that. It's raining pretty good. I'm sure the camera's getting all screwed up. So probably another video I'm gonna have to flush. It's always fun riding in the rain, especially when it's, you know, like 30, I'll be 39 out right now. Hitting the throttle, guys, keeping 20, 27, 25, 24 on the GPS. Should have windshield wipers on my shield here. Hey, I'm kind of glad I'm on this bike because it boogies along and I can get home faster. Now, I gotta tell you, this is no fun. I thought I'd at least get around the lake before it started raining. My phone said I was about half an hour away. I guess it lied. Yeah, we got snow here because we got snow last weekend, but not a lot. Got a couple of inches. I gotta check on this thing and see if I can hook a second battery up to it. I know I can hook a second battery up to anything, but if it's got the XT60s on it, even better. Yeah, it looks like a throttle ride because it's just useless for me to try to pedal at this speed. And I want to keep up the speed because I want to get home. We could always take the rail trail. Might be less rain under the tree cover. I think that's what we'll do. Plus it'll get us on the dirt. We'll see how this thing does in the dirt. Plus, nobody will be on here today. All right, we're just gonna hit the throttle again, guys. Hopefully we don't get killed here. Oh yeah. A little soft here. I knew it looked like it. Yeah, this thing's gonna be fun on the trails, guys. I'm doing 25 miles an hour, 23 on the GPS. I wouldn't normally do this, but I know there's no one out here. Wrong side of the road for that. We're definitely gonna get this thing muddy today. But the fenders are doing a pretty good job, guys. These brakes are awesome, though, considering they're getting wet and stuff. I tell you, I'm glad for the suspension, I'll tell you. It's not bad at all. If I had my blue in seat, I think I'd be really comfortable. I almost put it on before I left because I got it. This is actually pretty fun. And the rain seems to have slowed down, or maybe I'm just fooling myself. Yeah, this trail is not like pavement, that's for sure, and this bike is handling it awesome. I wouldn't think that little suspension in the back would do as much as it's doing, but I feel very comfortable. I don't feel like I'm getting beaten up at all. Bottom note there. How you doing? All right, punch it back up here. All right, we're all the way to the road that I say, this is the rail trail, guys. Yeah, this all-wheel drive is very comfortable. It doesn't like throw you back or anything. It just goes. Very torquey controlled torque. Slow it down here. We got a runner coming, so we'll act like we're pedaling like normal. So we're down to 2 battery bars, but we've been leaning on the motor the whole way, so. Notice how quiet these motors are though? Like, there's a little tiny whine to them, that's about it. I mean, really. I know I make a little bit of money if I sell one of these, but I'll tell you guys, I highly recommend this bike. For the money you're gonna spend, I'm not saying this thing's like the best bike in the world, but it's right up there considering it's under 1,200 bucks. Oop, more water. Mud. It's the time of the year. But it ain't bad for the fenders are really covering this bike well. Can't tell about my back fender, but I got my pack back there, so if anything's getting wet, it's my pack. Wow, getting crushed everything today. Well, considering we at almost 20 miles, guys, we're down to 2 bars, and I've been leaning on the motor in fifth almost the whole time, so. Am I impressed with the battery? Damn right I am. I think that X Peak 3.0, which is a 14 amp hour battery, probably gets about 20 miles out of that, and that's only a 500 watt motor. We're pushing 2 750s on this thing, so yeah, I'm impressed. And the light kind of works better than the other one I got. How you doing? Looks like we're probably gonna make it home with these 2 bars too. Well, it figures. I'm almost home and now it's not raining, but it rained. Like I said, we're almost at 21 miles. Put the bike on a charge. And next time we'll go out, hopefully a better day, and we'll see what it can do. Getting a little chillier now that my legs are wet. The last 2 times I went out for a ride, it was raining after I got going, but whatever. Gotta do something to get out here once in a while. My wife said, "You going out?" I said, "Yep." She says, "Isn't it raining?" I said, "Not yet." But like I said, I got 3 days of rain ahead of me. Let's see if we can throttle up this hill and see how this does. So I can tell you right now, this is way over what I normally go up this hill at on any of my bikes.